The two-time defending NBA champion Detroit Pistons invade the Coliseum Arena for their one and only visit of the regular season. But Detroit comes in struggling, having lost the first 3 of their 5-game Western swing. Despite that, the always dangerous Pistons still lead the Central Division in their quest to three-peat. Meanwhile, the Warriors try to bounce back from their dismal performance against the Washington Bullets, snapping their 3-game winning streak. Tonight, Golden State versus the world champion Detroit Pistons, and it's next.
From the Coliseum Arena in Oakland, California, it's the world champion Detroit Pistons against the Golden State Warriors. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak. Golden State is coming off perhaps their worst game of the year, 104-98 this past Wednesday against the Washington Bullets. And what concerned Coach Don Nelson the most about that performance was not only that his team played so poorly, but they played so poorly at home. At the beginning of the year, Coach Nelson said he wanted to make the Coliseum Arena an absolute pit where opponents hated to come here and try and pull out a victory. But in the last 2 games, the Warriors have lost to the lowly New Jersey Nets and the Washington Bullets. Warriors forward Tom Tolbert says that has to change tonight.
Well, I think it's very important to win home games. This is our home turf. This is our home. You have to take care of your business at home, win a couple on the road. We've lost the last 2 at home. We're going to start changing things, and tonight it's going to be a little bit different. So Pistons, watch out.
But it does not get any easier tonight as the angry and nasty world champion Detroit Pistons come to town. They've lost their last 3. They have not lost 4 in a row since 1988. To talk more about that and the rest of the ball game, now let's go to Steve Albert and Jim Barnett.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. 2 teams that are not exactly in the most festive of moods. This one has all the ingredients of a very intense battle, Jim.
I really think we're poised for a heck of a game tonight because the Pistons certainly don't want to lose 4 in a row. The Warriors want to get back to their winning ways. And I think Don Nelson's not worried about the X's and O's. I think what he's trying to get his players to do is come out mentally ready to play the basketball game. I think the first 5 minutes of this game will be very revealing for both teams.
And Detroit, of course, with its guard-oriented offense against the big 3 of Mullen, Richmond, and Hardaway of the Golden State Warriors. But it's been a guard offense that has been struggling, particularly the guy off the bench, the microwave, Vinnie Johnson.
Yeah, the guards have been struggling for Detroit. That's nothing new, but with the percentages down, they need a spark plug off the bench. Vinnie has not been giving it to them, and age could be a factor, Steve, but Vinnie Johnson, a little bit of a slump, as is Dumars, and also Isaiah Thomas. It's a guard offense. They need the points from the backcourt.
And, Jim, a key matchup tonight could be at the small forward position featuring Dennis Rodman and Chris Mullen. Wouldn't you know it, with Mullen trying to break out of that 1-game slump against the Defensive Player of the Year, Rodman.
Well, of course, with Mullen, the NBA Player of the Month, off his worst game of the season, gets half his average. And look at Rodman's numbers, 9 points. That's above his average, but Mullen has to beat him away from the ball, not on the dribble.
So what is the key, or what are the keys against the defending champion Detroit Pistons? Find out. We invite you to sit back, relax, and get ready. Stay tuned for Don Nelson's Notebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise to honor America?
Steve Albert back at the Coliseum Arena. Don Nelson's notebook. And Nellie, these Warriors can really toy with one's emotions. What do you say to a team after the performance the Warriors gave against Washington on Wednesday night?
Well, I told them they didn't deserve to win, and they didn't. You know, we might have got lucky at the end for some unknown reason, but we just didn't play well enough. When you have an off night by your big three all on the same night, you're going to struggle. But I didn't think we were very smart either. I thought we took, you know, a lot of long early shots, and we just didn't play like we had been playing. I was kind of shocked.
All right, let's play the name game. Mitch Richmond, how's his back?
Well, he played hurt, and we had two guys that did for sure. You know, Timmy also was under the weather a little bit, although I played him 40-some-odd minutes. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. Mitch's back is still bothering him a little bit. He missed practice yesterday, but he's going to try it again, and I expect that he'll be a little rusty.
How about Hardaway and the flu right now going into this game?
Timmy is well now. He had a good day of practice yesterday. I feel very comfortable with him.
They say practice with the Warriors is a pretty good barometer. What's your gut feeling going into this Pistons game?
Well, we had a better practice, and that you usually play like you practice. Not always. If you're a veteran team, maybe not, but we're a young team, so we're going to play like we practice. I expect a better performance tonight.
What's the key against the two-time defending champion Pistons tonight?
Well, they're going to try to make us play their tempo, which is a very slow tempo, and we're not very good at a half-court game. They're excellent at it, so I would say if we don't get any open court, we're going to have a long night.
All right, Nellie, as usual, always a pleasure, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the effervescent Jim Barnett in just a moment. Nellie said, Epper what? Hey, Dan, Fizz said he had a little quickie thing he wanted to drop in for you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He said, what did he say? He said defensively, Mullen would be matched up against Lambert. Rodman? No, it's been changed. Go ahead.
Mullen will start on Lambert.
Mullen will start against Lambert. That's all right. That's a last-second thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
You want
Rodman will probably be on Chris. Detroit didn't cover that, but
all right. You want me to say that, or should Fizz say that? All right.
The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Oh, I thought we were on the air. That sounded like an announcer.
Tonight's officials, number 9, Bruce Alexander, number 38, Bill Spooner,
who, me?
17, Joe Crawford.
There is one defensive change of interest in this basketball game. 6'7" small forward Chris Mullen for the Golden State Warriors will be starting against Bill Lambert, the 6'11" postman for the Detroit Pistons. And that will be interesting because Steve Albert, Dennis Rodman will likely be taking Chris Mullen. So the small man will take the big man for Golden State to start the game.
Big task for Chris Mullen against the burly Bill Lambert, who has been having his problems on this road trip. As you check out the matchups revised thanks to the information provided by Steve Fizziak, as the Detroit Pistons try to snap the 3-game losing streak.
Lambert is not a deep post player, though. He trails a lot of the plays. He has attempted more three-pointers than anybody on the Pistons team. So he's an outside shooter, so that's not really a bad matchup. I like that by Don.
You see the Warriors with their success over the Pistons here at the Coliseum Arena, and the Pistons control. Lambert wearing the protective face mask, had the cheekbone fractured back in the preseason. Detroit 13-5, 5-5 on the road, 8-0 at home. They're still in first in the Central. Here's Isaiah Thomas, 10th in the league in assists. James Edwards loves that outside shot, the 7-1 veteran out of Washington.
Lister didn't even try to attempt to block him. Not a bad play. That looks like you don't play defense, but sometimes you just check a guy that way and see what he can give you on the first shot.
All right, Chris Mullen swings it over to Mitch Richmond. Nice pass inside. Lister tried to jam it. It wouldn't go down. Thomas marches it back the other way. Watched by Hardaway. He pumps. And The Pistons off to the good start.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, they seem focused. You could tell in their warm-ups. Weren't joking around too much. Very, very intense.
Now here's Mullen. Cuts left on Dumars. Now runs into Edwards. Brings it back up. 10 on the shot clock. A minute gone by in the first. Lister. Good recovery down low. Here's Hardaway. He shovels it off to Richmond. 4 on the shot clock, and Richmond slicing through. Mitch Richmond, who's tied for 11th in scoring at 23.8. Working tonight's game, Bruce Alexander, Joe Crawford, and Bill Spooner.
You know, you swing the ball around the perimeter and you get big men coming out. It's so much easier for a guy to drive to the basket. Everybody's spread out there. Richmond actually lost the handle on that ball, but regained it right before he got to the hoop.
Yeah, the Pistons off to the fast start here, but they're shooting just 42% on this road trip and averaging just 86 a game, allowing 105 on the journey. Rodman posting up against the rookie Tyrone Hill. Rodman with the sweep move. Lambert plus the foul.
Basket is good.
Seems like everybody jumped at Dennis Rodman. He may have gotten fouled on the play by Tyrone Hill. Got a little bump there, but if I were a defender, I would let Rodman earn the basket. I certainly would not leave Lambert alone underneath.
Lambert at the line.
Yeah, Mullen reached in and fouled him.
Lambert shooting 80%, completes the three-point play. Seven to 2, Detroit. Pistons haven't lost 4 straight since April of '88. Dennis Rodman hauls it down. Leads Detroit in rebounding at 9.5 a game. Isaiah Thomas now. Watched by Mullen on the switch. Now off the ball.
Warrior foul.
They called a foul on Alton Lister.
First personal, number 53.
Yeah, Joey Crawford is also talking to the players underneath the basket right now. Obviously, you're talking about the bad boys from Detroit, and they don't like to set a precedent. They like to say we're in control right from the start.
They have been involved in altercations recently against Atlanta and Washington. And they are hot here out of the gate, particularly Edwards, who is 2 for 2.
And even if you want to try to stop that fadeaway, it's so difficult.
The quick release by Mullen. Mullen looking to get on track after the 6 for 18 performance and a season-low 13 against Washington.
Really needs to put a screen together, 3 or 4 in a row, get his confidence back.
Amazingly, prior to that, he had made 15 consecutive shots. Edwards feeling it. Not that time. Tyrone Hill corrals it.
Good rebound.
Averaging close to 6 over the last 8 games. It is 9 to 4 Detroit. Mullen with Dumars. Now here's Mitch Richmond. Didn't take the leaner, dished it off. Lister got it back to Richmond in a crowd.
What an advantage when you have a guy 6'4", 6'5", and yet strong enough to go in among guys 6'10".
He is a fierce competitor, Mitch Richmond. Dumars from the corner. Joe Dumars gets on the score sheet, averaging close to 17, and he leads Detroit in scoring with that low average, 16.8.
Yeah, this is a defensive team, the Detroit Pistons. They win it on defense, holding opponents to 95, well, about 96 a game.
And an excellent defensive rebounding team. The fadeaway by Lister. Oh, and Tyrone Hill with a super job on the offensive boards. Hardaway for 3. Tim Hardaway shooting 11 for 27, coming in at 41% from three-point range. Warriors as a team at 33%. Dumars answers right back with a long 2. He's got 4, and it's 13 to 9 Detroit. 8:20 left in the first and a fast-paced start. Hardaway being fouled by Isaiah Thomas. Number 1 on Isaiah.
Number 11, Isaiah Thomas.
Thomas in his 10th year out of Indiana. Overtook Dr. J for 4th on the all-time steals list the other night at Utah. Turnaround by Lister. Pretty over Edwards.
Carbon copy, the 2 big men. I think Lister shoots better going to his left than he does to his right. He doesn't have to square the shoulder up quite as much.
And the Warriors within 2, 13 to 11. Lambert doesn't get the roll. Lister. This is Hardaway. Warriors quickly to the forecourt. Hardaway pops. Oh, look at Hill work.
That's a great rebound on effort. And just as well executed. That's a tough shot because he got bumped down low and he stayed right with it off the board.
Warriors come back from 7 down to tie it at 13 with 7:30 to go in the first. Isaiah Thomas off the mark. Dennis Rodman had it and lost it. And again, Tyrone Hill in the center of things. Sellout crowd on hand. 67th consecutive sellout at the Coliseum Arena. And they are enjoying the early action.
And the way the Warriors have played the last 2 years against the Pistons, having won the last 2 games here, I think this is going to be a good one, Steve, from start to finish. Not going to be like the other night.
One of the meetings was in overtime. 121-119, a thriller. Won't count, steps.
They changed pivot feet.
Let's go to Steve Physiak. Steve?
You might be wondering about that clear mask that Bill Laimbeer is wearing. He broke his left cheekbone against the Seattle Supersonics when he took an elbow from Olden Polynice. He says he may wear that forever, but there were some questions whether he would wear it clear or with lightning bolts and machine guns on it. Right now he's going with the clear one, but with his personality, he may go with the lightning bolts before the season is over.
Tom Tolbert would strike me as the kind of guy that would wear them with lightning bolts. Here's Richmond. What an explosion.
Yeah, what a hole opened up. All of a sudden, like an offensive line, just took everybody away.
The waters parted for Mitch Richmond, and it's 15-13. Golden State takes its lead for the first time. Laimbeer off a bullet pass by Dumas and the foul. And the Warriors call time. 6:30 to go in the first. It's the Pistons 15 and the Warriors 15.
Great Western Bank High School Sports Auction Display at the main entrance in the upper concourse. All proceeds will benefit Bay Area High School sports programs. All-Star balloting is now underway. Place your vote for Chris Mullen, Mitch Richmond, and Tim Hardaway at the ballot center in the West Lobby. Or return your completed ballots to Warrior representatives as they circulate the aisles throughout tonight's game. Tonight's music is provided by 104.5 KFAR.
Okay.
And then Lucky's. Oh, I see. Okay, good. Dumas pass to Laimbeer first. Yeah. Okay.
You want to take that, and I'll take the next one?
Okay.
You take that, and I'll take Tyrone. Oh, that's
that's good. Joe Dumars, an all-star last year, surprisingly for the first time. This is an all-star pass right on the money, down low to a wide open Bill Laimbeer, and then Chris Mullen cut over and fouled him earlier.
Hardaway been hitting outside, misses here, but watch Tyrone Hill. He just has a real instinct for the ball. Gets off balance on the way up, but good focus on the basket with the left hand. Tyrone has a way of going up and getting thin as you look at Laimbeer in that mask. And what I mean by getting thin, he doesn't climb the backs of people. He's got the long arms. He's able to just reach over the top.
Bill Laimbeer completes the three-point play. He has 6 points, and the Pistons recapture the lead, 16-15. 6:20 left in the first. Lister, pretty move, got the roll. Lister looking impressive.
Well, both teams are shooting so well, in contrast to the last game.
The Warriors 64% and the Pistons 58.
And with Lister's shot, that goes up above 65. So, in fact, it goes to 67. They're 8 for 12.
Here's Edwards, who has been on fire. Warriors shot a season low 39% against the Bullets. Here's Hardaway now, cutting into the paint, taking the circuitous route and fading it away.
Not really the play you want there. I thought he penetrated too far, got into a corner, and it's tough to pass from there, but got a great result.
With that fan dribble and then releasing the ball, that's difficult. 19-16, Golden State, their biggest lead. Rod Rodman battling, surrounded by Warriors. Great effort by Dennis Rodman. Now the double up on Dumars behind the back feed. Good ball movement by the Pistons. Thomas with the reverse.
Everybody thought he traveled, everyone except Chuck Daly.
The playoff MVP, Isaiah Thomas, has 4. 19-18, Golden State. Here's Hardaway. Another fadeaway, same place. Easy rebound for Rodman. As the Warriors were getting back on defense, Joe Dumars swings it over to Isaiah Thomas, and he walked.
Same play as before when he went all the way to the hoop. Just starts the engine running before he puts the ball on the floor.
And the Warriors take over, up by a point. 4:52 to go in the first quarter. Huge trade took place today between Phoenix and Seattle. We'll run that down for you when time permits. The lob, Lister, good recovery, and the turnaround way off. He thought he was fouled in the process. Quickly, it's Dumars.
Yeah, Mullen couldn't do anything because Mullen has 2 fouls.
And the Warriors unable to get back on the transition. They're down 20-19. Mullen's got to be oh so careful right now. Hardaway out deep with Isaiah Thomas.
See, Isaiah just daring him to shoot the outside.
Hardaway with a hook pass to Hill. Good save by Tyrone Hill, but into the hands of Dumars. The pull-up. Made it look easy.
He made it look easy. That experience by Joe Dumars. He took his time. Hardaway recovered, but he just kept him on the left side, and Hardaway tried to square up, and then he went up in the air. Hardaway still on the floor.
The crowd trying to urge on the Golden State Warriors, who trail it by 3, 22-19. Mullen.
Ugly, off the board.
And he claims that he was fouled. He thought Dumars got a hand in. And now a foul on the play against Dennis Rodman, away from the ball.
Running pick.
His first personal foul.
That's his first.
Offensive foul.
Don Nelson, better than 500 record against the Pistons, 31-26 lifetime. Looking for number 32. As the Pistons try to snap the 3-game losing streak. Kelly calling out an illegal defense, but no call by the officials. Richmond drops it down. 8 points for Mitch Richmond, averaging close to 24. 22-21 Pistons, 3:10 remaining in the first. Pistons finish at Sacramento tomorrow before returning home. Shot clock down to 5. Oh, and a pass, and Rodman couldn't get it to go. Thomas right on target. And then away from the action down low. There's a foul on Detroit. Timeout, Pistons. 2:53 remaining in the first. It's the Pistons 22 and the Warriors 21.
Longer, it looks like, anyway.
The Warrior Girl.
Okay, we'll talk later. Yep.
The Warriors would like to extend a special welcome to our friends from Great Western Bank. Great Western, family of companies, $40 billion strong.
Even though the original 5-inning plan sold out, here's good news for Warriors fans. The Warriors pleased to announce a new 8-game ticket plan starting after the first of the year. Sounds like a great gift idea for the holidays, but the supply is limited, so call 415-638-6300 during business hours to place your order.
And Steve, Don Nelson, last time I was a little concerned about Lambert getting the ball in the low post twice in the first quarter. Mullen, who gives up 4 inches and 40 pounds, will still take him on defense, but Don told Alton Lister about helping him out. He said, you got to know where Lambert is all the time.
As Lister puts it down, he has 6. Nelly said Lambert is the kind of player everybody roots against, including me, but if I had a chance to coach him, I'd love him.
Well, the Pistons started out very hot, and the Warriors weren't playing any kind of zany defense. They were playing it straight up, but all of a sudden they were hitting. Then they started double teaming. The reason Lambert is getting open is double teaming.
Dumars is raising up. He's got 10 points already, averaging just 11 on the road trip on 13 for 37 shooting entering this ball game. Warriors down by a point, 2:15 of the first. Here's Richmond off the weave with Lister. The shovel to Hill. 10 on the shot clock. The Pistons really clogging things up in the middle. But Lister breaks through, plus the foul. Alton Lister having a big first period.
And he rolls right over John Sally. Lister picks up the foul. I mean, he will go to the free throw line by that. But here's this pass, folks. Look how long he waits. And right to the exact spot. On the outside, away from the defenders. That's an excellent entry pass. And that's a nice little takedown. That's in the WWF, that'd get how many points?
And prior to that, how about the forearm dished out by Isaiah Thomas? Lister can't make it a 3-point play, so the Warriors will settle for a 1-point lead.
You know, Lister got the basket, but that play was created by Hardaway. That's just an excellent decision by Tim. Where to put it?
Good backdoor to Thomas. The unselfish pass to Sally. Thomas got it back, and Mullen yanks it down. And look out, here's Isaiah coming from nowhere. The long bomb and air ball. He'll hear it from the crowd. A bullet pass by Hardaway that goes out of bounds off Mullen.
Mullen's going back to the three-point line. Tim is thinking he's going to step in to the pass.
And that unnerved Don Nelson. Minute and a half left in this frantic first quarter. Dumars off the mark, kept alive by Lambert, out of bounds off Mullen.
And Rodman gives Tyrone Hill a little pat on the bottom as Chuck Daly looks on. I like to see that from a player. And he respects what he's doing tonight. Tyrone is playing very well around the boards.
Isaiah Thomas trying to put the moves on Hardaway. He whips it over to Rodman. Rebounded by Hill. Piling up the boards is Tyrone Hill. Here's Hardaway slashing through with the pass inside. Rejected by Lambert.
And off of Alton Lister.
In Sports Illustrated earlier this year, Lambert was described as the most passionately hated professional athlete of this or any other era. Pretty strong stuff.
Now, who said that? That was just an opinion from one writer, correct?
Right.
Okay. He gets that rap, but you know what? He's kind of a likable guy, and he's a tough-nosed player.
Yeah, that might be an overreaction. Now here's a foul on Hill.
32, Tyrone
That's
Hill.
his first. Tom Tolbert will enter the scene.
Warrior substitution. Number 34, Tom Tolbert.
And he will go in for Alton Lister. Lister did a heck of a job, leaves with 8 points.
Alton Lister.
Yeah, superb job for Alton. He's played well the last few ball games. Matches his season high 12 rebounds in the last game.
Averaging close to 9 rebounds and 3 blocks over the last 3.
Here's the first time they really posted up Mullen and see if Lambert can take advantage.
And Lambert crying to Joe Crawford that he was hit on the play. Tom Tolbert, his first action. And away from the ball, an offensive foul on Hill. That's his second.
You know, that is the third offensive pick they've called tonight between the two teams. They're really looking for that down low. And it's interesting, they're always away from the ball. Richmond was poised to go one-on-one.
Well, the officials obviously try to stay on top of things and not let it get out of hand. 25-24, Warriors, 25 seconds to go. Here's a foul against Detroit. Isaiah Thomas threw an arm. That's his second.
Good recovery by Hardaway. And Thomas felt the heat, just pushed him off.
as you might expect, a very aggressively played first 12 minutes. And speaking of aggressive, Vinnie Johnson enters the ball game. Isaiah sits.
Yeah, there's going to come a time when the legs go for Vinnie Johnson. You need the legs on the jump shot.
Well, he's 34 in his 12th year. He's in a terrible slump right now. Richmond. And it goes! Fouled by Rodman. Tough shot. Richmond has 10.
That's a tough matchup for Richmond. Rodman all over him, makes him fade away. You see the good recovery by Dennis. And look at that reaction to the fadeaway shot. They called a foul, and I don't know how Richmond got that down. There's no way I'd shoot that in 11 years. There's no way I could have gotten that one in.
Gives you an illustration of his strength. Mark Aguirre in for the final 10.5 seconds. Pritchard in for Hardaway. Richmond sinks the free throw. He has 11, and the Warriors with their biggest lead, 4 points. There's your final seconds of the quarter. Dumars lets it fly. What a shot. 2 seconds. Pritchard. The lob to Richmond at the buzzer. No, wouldn't have counted. And that is the end of a pretty furious first 12 minutes from the Coliseum Arena. After one, it's the Golden State Warriors 28, the Detroit Pistons 26. I don't want to. Okay. Okay, good.
Okay.
I was going to say they say to you now.
Yeah, I'm right next to Charlene.
I know.
I've been moving down here.
Not alert. Not alert.
Because I have more confidence when I'm next to Charlene. And that way I can watch.
He did not.
Well,
know
that
the
way
clock.
I can also watch the monitor, so I know what I'm talking about. Like if I can relate to what you're showing.
Good flow.
Yeah.
Oh, and after the graphic, I'm going to talk about the matchup of Rodman.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Richmond. So if you want to talk about either one, Richmond has 11 points. So.
Warriors checks. When you open a Great Western Bank checking account, please check your coupon. If it's signed by Mitch Richmond, you want a complimentary checking account.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Hey, Dan.
What?
If it's signed
28%.
you want a complimentary
Hey, Dan?
That's wrong.
No, that's 48%.
That happens too much.
48%. Should be 12 of 25 is 48% or 49.
It's 48. Four times everything.
That's right. Yeah.
in the West Lobby by the end of
Mathematician.
the quarter. Great Western representatives will be available in the West Lobby throughout tonight's game to answer any questions you may have about their services.
At the end of the first quarter, the Pistons shooting 48%, the Warriors 62%. They have the lead right now, 28-26 over Detroit. Dumars with 12 points. But very interesting story with Tyrone Hill getting 6 rebounds is the defensive matchups, Jim Barnett. You know, we talked about Chris Mullin, a small forward, taking a center. How about Dennis Rodman, the player of the year last year on defense? Last year he would take Mullin. This year he's taking Richmond, and Richmond has exploded for 11 points and hit some big baskets.
Yeah, Richmond is moving so well without the basketball, Steve. And if you do that with Dennis Rodman, make him work and fight over picks, you're going to get some open shots. But also Richmond's hit a couple of prayers.
Mitch Richmond averaging 22.7 rebounds in his 5 games back from the injured list. 11 points in that first quarter. The Warriors on top 28-26. Pritchard with a blast past Vinnie Johnson.
Great call. First play of the quarter coming out. Isolate Pritchard on Vinnie Johnson. There's the talking about the legs. He didn't even move.
So it's 30-26 Golden State. And here's a travel call on Aguirre. That sure more than makes up for the fact that Pritchard, with the final seconds ticking away at the end of the first quarter, really wasn't aware of how much time was left and lobbed that pass to Mitch Richmond.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds. He took 2 or 3 lazy dribbles, and Nelson let him hear about that. Same play. Look at this.
Here's Pritchard now. I have a feeling Don Nelson had a few words for Pritchard. He's coming out spark. Here's Richmond. Mullin keeps it alive. Too strong. Talbot got a fingertip on it, but Aguirre pulls it in.
Yeah, tough rebound by Aguirre. He really didn't have good position, but That big booty of his, he just kind of moved Tom away. That's tough to do.
He's off the bench 13 straight. The Pistons are 10-3 in that span. Dumars with a force, and Steve Johnson in there for the first time in a few games. Here's Pritchard now. Good play by Vinnie Johnson. Johnson anticipating.
Yeah, Steve Johnson, only 12 minutes in the last 6 ball games. He's got to perform to get the confidence of Don Nelson.
He's got his opportunity now. He's posted in the center looking for John Sally, and it didn't matter because Dumars hit.
Well, they called the double team on the ball, and I just wouldn't leave Dumars alone from 20 feet. I don't like that. That's my opinion.
He has 14 points all from the floor. Pritchard. Pritchard looking very sharp here, and the reverse by Mullen. Would have counted on the continuation. Instead, a foul called on the foot. It's on Vinnie Johnson, his first.
Yeah, Chris almost banks this in his mind, thinks it's going to go down. You can see the roll does not go there for the rookie, and then look at the pump fake. Chris thought he had this basket all the way, came away very disappointed he didn't get it home.
Mullen, who shot 0 for 2 from the line the other night against the Bullets, 83% on the year. The Warriors trying to get back in the flow from the free throw line. They missed 11 foul shots Wednesday night. Shot well, though, in the previous 2. And Mullen has to like the feel of those. Nothing but net. And the Warriors lead it 32-28 with 10-10 to go in the half.
It's an interesting stat on Chris on the line. He leads the team in block shots.
Aguirre with Mullen in his face. Out of bounds to the Pistons. An unpopular call. John Sally. And Vinnie Johnson way off. They got it back, Aguirre.
Oh, Pritchard had the rebound and just, it seemed like his hands, he's got great hands, but he wasn't ready to catch the ball. It just bounced right back into Vinnie Johnson.
32-30. The Warriors by 2. Here's Mullen, nowhere to go inside on Aguirre. Oh, Johnson all alone. Sally missed his assignment.
I think I said Vinnie Johnson too. It was Dumars, right?
But you're so believable the way you say it that,
well, it just,
I wouldn't question you.
I was so amazed that Pritchard had the ball and just couldn't hold it.
And Vinnie Johnson with Richmond cutting across. That's his first. Speaking of Johnson, Eddie Johnson plus 2 number 1s traded from Phoenix to Seattle earlier today for Xavier McDaniel. Interesting move there.
I can see the trade, but I'm really shocked at the 2 number 1s. Obviously, Phoenix is making a statement. They're saying we're going to go for it this year, and they think McDaniel can bring the toughness to that front line, along with a little bit of scoring ability, but he sure give up an outside shooter in Eddie Johnson.
Vinnie Johnson to the line, shooting 54% from the free throw line, a career 75% shooter.
Yeah, Richmond picks up his first foul. I was going to say I wouldn't foul Vinnie Johnson. The way he's been shooting lately, he shot almost an air ball a moment ago. I would make him earn a basket before I would ever put him on the line. I would just play Vinnie, and I'd just come at him and just go right by him, not bail him out.
Got to wonder if age and the wear and tear and the grind of 12 years is catching up to VJ as Tolbert buries it. I mean, you know that feeling. I mean, that wears you down after a while, all those years.
Yeah, and it's tougher on a guard, folks. A big man can get away with it, but the guard, you need the legs.
Warriors' biggest lead, 5 points, 36-31. James Edwards, who shoots like a gun at 7-1. Here's Pritchard, guns it down to Richmond, picked up by Sally. Spin move, beautiful, plus the foul.
Well, there's someone that's on his game. Now, Richmond not known for his finesse, but this is a real finesse move. And what control, and then he goes to the left. Edwards picks up the foul.
His second, Richmond a 3-point play. He has been solid. 14 for Richmond tonight, and the Warriors by 8.
Usually goes in there with power. That's just as pretty as it gets there, Steve.
A finesse move by Mitch Richmond. Here's the double up on Dumars. The help out by Johnson. Batted away by Richmond. He's everywhere. Steve Johnson finally tracks it down. Richmond. The lob to Johnson. What a look by Richmond, and Chuck Daly wants to talk it over. Standing O at the Coliseum Arena, 8:25 remaining in the first half, and the Warriors by 10. Yeah, 5. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Great, great. Bailiff? Nope. Oh, okay. Next game on KICU or the next home game, or what do you? I'm not sure what you mean. Utah, got it.
Puckman wants you to know that the high-flying Cutlight Daredevils will be performing during this Thursday's game against Seattle. Tickets for Thursday's game available at AltaPass TM.
Next game for the Warriors, Karl Malone, Jeff Malone, and the Utah Jazz, Tuesday, December the 11th. It'll be right here on KICU at 6:30 Pacific time. Mitch Richmond putting on a show.
Yeah, he goes by and draws the defender. A little bit of lean in there from Mark Aguirre just allows him to go over the top to Johnson. Very alert play. Richmond playing everywhere, himself offensively.
And Jim, keep in mind he's got the bad back. Fans thought it should be Golden State ball. Aguirre may have gotten away with it. Last touch by the Warriors, they say. Here's Isaiah Thomas, and he walked. That's not the first time we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, Bill Spooner, the official, right on top of it over there. A lot of NBA players do that. They let him get away with it, but tonight they're scrutinizing it pretty closely.
They are staying on top. They are canvassing the players. The Warriors 62% shooting here for the ball game. Let's go to Steve Fizzion.
Steve John Nelson, last time out, was really happy with his team's intensity. You know, earlier this week they had 2 bad practices on Monday and Tuesday. Did not play well at all against Washington. Came back with a sharp practice, and also 3 healthy Warriors with Richmond, Hardaway, and the rest of the group finally healthy after a long trouble on Wednesday night.
The offensive foul on Steve Johnson. And now we go the other way, and the foul is on Pritchard. He goes out. Hardaway checks back in.
And Sharunas Marciulionis for the first time tonight. He comes in for Mitch Richmond. He should get a big hand.
Richmond leads with 14 points, 11 on the first. Marciulionis averaging 17.5 over the last 4 games.
Johnson, Vinny, still struggling.
Here's Hardaway to Mullen. He wiggles. Isaiah Thomas looking for the steal, and instead he got the foul.
Number 11, Isaiah Thomas.
And flirting with the technical was Isaiah.
3 personals, and he had a couple of words for the officials.
He gave a little volleyball serve right back to the official.
Warriors lead by 10. Steve Johnson. The ball was redirected by Tree Rollins. Tree can do that. The 34-year-old veteran at 7'1", 3rd leading shot blocker in NBA history.
Yeah, came into the league in 1977.
That was before television. Aguirre scooped up by Tom Tolbert.
No, it was just before they put him on television, though. They didn't do it in those days.
Right. Radio. Here's Marciulionis with a little stutter step. He heard the whistle. No way that ball was going in. That would have been a prayer. But John Sally got a piece of him.
I'm going to tell you right now, Steve, the Detroit Pistons do not like Sharunas Marciulionis. Now, he got hit right on the head right there. You can see that very visibly. But last year in Detroit at the Palace, they hammered him. He was, I couldn't believe that he took it, and it prompted, I think, this is speculation, but I think it prompted the coaches to make a tape and send it to the league office because everybody cooled off after that. They were really going after Sharunas.
Marciulionis missing both free throws, shooting 73%. So we're stuck at 41-31 Golden State. Joe Dumars and John Sally having a running conversation here. Sally. Oh, Johnson almost put it in the wrong hoop. Aguirre flagging it down in the corner. Marciulionis sticking to him, but look at Aguirre make the move. Stopped by Steve Johnson. Here comes Hardaway. All the way. Everything but. Dumars down to Aguirre. And Aguirre with a vintage shot. Mark Aguirre. And Don Nelson calls time. 6:26 remaining, first half. It's Golden State 41, Detroit 33.
Mini plans featuring the January 4th Los Angeles Laker game are now available for just $110. For more information, stop by the mini plan table in the upper concourse west lobby during halftime.
All right. Tough to get that Balin in, huh?
Warriors at
We'll get it.
5 KFOG.
Yeah.
We'll hold their annual
All right.
You think he made tonight, Dan?
on the arena floor.
How many assists is Hardaway?
Let's see. Let me look. Not many.
Not many.
Another special guest. Various prizes will be given away.
Nope.
All right.
I said 4, but.
Oh, yeah, I've seen these guys. Yeah, they're good. Is that the Meadowlands? Yeah, it's the Meadowlands. Hemisphere? Yes. Okay. Great. Yeah. Wow.
Detroit substitution number 40, Bill Beer returns.
Well, this December 13th, when the Warriors take on the Supersonics, the Bud Light Daredevils, the nation's hottest, most daring slam dunk routine, will be making their only Bay Area appearance of the year. If you have ever seen their high-flying, action-filled performance before, you know that you do not want to miss this event.
Which one's the leader? Which one is Bud Light?
Okay. Out of bounds to the Detroit Pistons. Those guys are super.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
(41-33) Warriors.
I thought that was a great timeout by Don because Warriors weren't doing much. They're still not. But they'd only, when the last timeout called by Chuck Daly, it was 41-31. Nelson calls a timeout, 41-33. They'd only lost 2 points, and of course now it's 4 points.
And the veteran, Tree Rollins, getting on the score sheet. Marshallonis covered by Vinnie Johnson. He'll go up there, showing his strength, but it's an offensive foul. He pushed off number 1. Let's go to Steve Fizzion.
Steve, you might see Mitch Richmond coming back in the game. When he was on the sideline, he had a heat pad on his back, and he really has a brace. It is not bothering him right now, but he will continue to keep that heat pad on his back when he's on the sideline. Back to you.
Well, as Don Nelson noted on the Notebook pregame show, he was playing hurt on Wednesday night against the Bullets. Dumars with the misfire. Look at Tree Rollins. He really looks like a man possessed tonight. Looks like a rookie. Playing hard. Got the jump ball. Marshallonis at 6'5" against the 7'1" Tree Rollins. Rollins gets it easily for Vinnie Johnson. Lambert, the quick release. Money in the bank.
Yeah, he's one of the great catch and shoot players. That's his strength. He just spots up to the open spot away from the ball.
The bad boy, Bill Lambert, has 8 points. 41-37 Warriors. A 10-point lead evaporating, and another turnover. The Warriors really going through a tough stretch here.
Yeah, they're not taking care of their possessions. Mullen checks back in, and Marshallonis, who did struggle. But Don Nelson, to his credit, didn't get on him. He just patted him and said, you know, you'll get another chance at it. Now, see, the Warriors haven't scored for 3 minutes. In fact, they haven't even gotten a shot the last 2 or 3 possessions.
They're up by only 4 points after leading by 10. McGuire has been terrorizing the Warriors. That time he couldn't get it to go. Here's Hardaway, blistering into the front court. Whips it over to Richmond. He blows by Vinnie Johnson. Got it! Pressed the foul. Another spectacular move, but now the concern is for Richmond's back.
Yeah, I think he's okay, and he might have gotten a little Charlie horse there, too. The right leg, watch it. I can't believe how he made this shot. There it is, the left leg, and off balance, and I mean, it just curls over the rim. That's quite an act of acrobatics.
A flying Walenda routine there by Mitch Richmond, who now has 17. The foul on Lambert, who was just holding his ground. really didn't do anything bad. 44-37, Golden State. Off the cut, Vinnie Johnson in the paint. The curl pass to Tree Rollins. Rollins tied up. The ball comes out to Aguirre.
Now people are wondering where's the 3-second call. I thought about it for a while, but then they lost possession. It gave them a new one.
Hardaway down low to Lister. Off the triple clutch. It comes back to Mullen. Chris Mullen. Here's Richmond from straight away. And Lambert plucks it out of the air.
Richmond misses, but is he focused tonight?
Aguirre with the pump fake, gets around Tolbert, goes glass and scores again. Mark Aguirre having a field day.
Yeah, one thing that guy can do is score. I mean, he can really put a lot of points on the board in a short period of time.
Built like a fire plug. Has that beautiful step back jumper, excellent post up skills, and the bank shot to go. 44-41 Warriors by 3. 3:40 to go in the half. Would have counted. Vinnie Johnson hacking Mullen.
Yeah, Chris gets him in the air, and he gets the break from Bruce Alexander. You don't always get this call, and you can see Mullen gives the fake, and watch Vinnie leave the ground. And you see what the question is with Vinnie. I'm up in the air. I didn't cause the contact. Mullen came into me, and a lot of officials will not bail you out on that. You've got to be a superstar and earn the respect before you get the calls like that.
That's exactly what Johnson was explaining, or at least trying to explain to Bruce Alexander. Falling on deaf ears. Mullen now 4 for 4 from the line, has 6 tonight. The NBA Player of the Month for November. Makes it 46-41 Warriors. Johnson playing hard by Richmond, almost stole it. Aguirre posting up. Gorgeous move. Vintage Aguirre. He's got 10 all from the field.
And from different places around the field. That's what his strength is. You just don't know what to expect from him.
Warriors lead by 3. 3:10 left in the half. Hardaway saw the opening, dumps it off to Lister, and Joe Crawford makes the call. The foul is on Vinnie Johnson once again.
Hardaway all of a sudden with a burst of speed around Dumars, and a good feed to Alton. I thought Alton took a little too long to get into the shot. Allowed a reach in, might have gotten that basket before anybody could have recovered, and Higgins checks in, number 22.
And he really has been playing well, very hot over the last 3, averaging 11 points, 10 for 15 field goals. Lister struggling at the line, 48% on the year. By the way, that was number 3 on Vinnie Johnson. Isaiah Thomas also has 3.
Alton not blessed with a lot of great quickness in there. Rather mechanical around the basket, but that's the kind of shot where you want to out-quick the guys to the basket. Don't try to out-jump them.
9 points for Lister. Warriors by 4. Exactly 3 minutes left in the half. Aguirre.
He traveled. Oh, they're going to call it illegal D.
Yeah. Don Nelson very upset.
He's saying who?
First is a warning.
That's the first on Nelson's Warriors, so it's a warning.
For Vinnie Johnson. Tom Tolbert returns for Alton Lister.
Tolbert replaces Lister, by the way.
Don keeps inquiring who, and no one gives him an answer. Because I didn't see it either, Steve.
And the officials do not give Nelly the courtesy of a reply. Tolbert and Aguirre. Trying everybody on Aguirre here. Let's see if Tolbert can do it. Aguirre from the outside. Not that time. And Lambert to keep it alive. And he drew the foul.
Now there is a picture of a perfect play. Bill Lambert getting the rebound. Never brings the ball down. Very quick right up to the basket again. If only big men would do that more often. That's what I'm talking about. Not trying to out-jump people. Just out-quick them.
And Jim, that is number 3 on Chris Mullen. Lambert 2 for 2 from the line, has 8 points.
And here's a guy that can barely dunk the ball. But no one was near blocking that shot.
Marciulionis right back in there for the Warriors. And out goes Mullen with the 3 fouls. Sally is in for Rollins. Rollins did a good job. Lambert off the, you see the stats here, the season low in points and rebounds. A couple of games ago, he had a shoving match with James Worthy, but it didn't draw any fines.
You can see the points once in a while, but not 0 rebounds. That's very surprising.
Really. Played only 16 minutes 47-45 Warriors, 2:23 left in the half. Barcelona's looking to get going. Thought he was fouled. No call as Sally hits the deck. Richmond the steal on Dumars. He thought he was fouled. Hardaway for three. That's his second three-pointer and has 8 points. A lot of graping going on the floor right now, mostly by Detroit.
That's just a big turnover, though. Detroit down by 2, and all of a sudden find themselves down by 5. They had the ball.
Dumars fronted by Marciulionis. The lob down low to Lambert. Stripped by Hardaway. And Bill Spooner says the ball was intentionally kicked by one of the Pistons, so it'll be Warrior ball. Chuck Daly has to be wondering when the Warriors or when the Pistons are going to come out of it.
Yeah, he's feeling worse than he looks. He looks good in the clothes, but he's not feeling real good right now. Didn't even want to talk to his assistant.
Brendan Soar and Brendan Malone. The battle of Brendans. Here comes Hardaway with that low dribble. He spurts it over to Higgins for three. The Warriors are on a three-point binge.
And if Hardaway doesn't beat Dumars with a half a step, Higgins isn't open in the corner.
And just like that, it's an 8-point bulge for the Warriors. 53-45. Lambert forcing the issue.
This is a strange matchup, but the last 2 times Hardaway has been on Bill Lambert. Now, I don't know whether that's accidental or not. Let's watch that one again. That's crazy.
Hardaway at 6 feet against the 6'11 Lambert. Marciulionis, the dish off up the penetration. Tolbert, not that time. And Rodman with the easy rebound. Warriors up 6, under a minute to go in the half.
Okay, we've got Sharunas on Lambert. Watch the middle with the wire. Watch the middle.
Here's Lambert.
He can bury that. And once again, you're trying to double team the ball. And I don't blame him with Aguirre down the way he's been doing it, but it just leaves the guy open.
He's got 14, the Warriors by 4, 38 seconds. And the foul on the play on Sally. That's his second.
John Sally with his 3rd personal foul.
John Sally, who had been averaging 120 blocks a season, has just 14 in 18 games thus far, so it's really been a collective slump.
I like what Chuck Daly said about, as you look at Kevin Pritchard come in, but what Chuck Daly said about John Sally, his tombstone will read 17 minutes a game, 7 points a game, and 2 rebounds, but he had a good time.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, he is the NBA's resident stand-up comic. No question about that. He does do a stand-up routine in some clubs.
#1 draft choice Lance Blanks coming in too, out of Purdue.
That's got to be a tough name to live with if you're a shooter. Lance Blanks.
But it sounds good. As bad as the last name is, the first one, I like that, Lance Blanks.
Sounds like he's from the Wild West.
It does. Sounds like he's a gun shooter.
Higgins 1 for 2. 54-49, the Warriors by 5. 37 seconds to go in the half.
One slinger, huh? Okay.
Broken up by Pritchard. Here comes Marciulionis. They've got 25 seconds. They've got time. Looking for the last shot. Working it around, whipping it over to Hale. Got it!
Maybe a little soon, but he had a good look. Even if it missed, I thought it was a pretty good shot.
Warriors by 7. Now the Pistons looking for the final tally. 10 seconds and counting. The isolation, Dumars and Pritchard. 5 seconds. Prior to the shot, a whistle. And a push-off by Pritchard. And Don Nelson again, livid.
Now you see Chuck Daly, what he's telling us, Don Nelson is a little upset with the defense. He felt, you know, using the hands instead of moving your feet. Hardaway's going to check back in. But Chuck Daly is saying they got 4.3 seconds. Keep him in the back court. Pressure up. Don't let him throw past the half court and continue.
Hardaway for the final 4.3 seconds.
They probably take out Hill.
Maybe he can launch one of those bombs.
Well, they want the little guys. Now they got little guys, the racehorse people out there.
Dumars made the first. Now another replacement will be Vinnie Johnson for Dennis Rodman. So Chuck Daly trying to counter quickness with quickness here.
You know, I wouldn't mind trying. They got 2 wide receivers. Tim Hardaway is going to be Anthony Carter. Now we got Sharunas Marciulionis. Now he's going to be Mark Bavaro. Okay.
I'll take Bavaro anytime.
I wouldn't say it's not a bad play just to throw it long to Marciulionis and see what happens. Here he goes.
Pritchard They didn't fire it down. Pritchard with 1 second. He'll pop for three. Got it! It counts! Kevin Pritchard, as if he knew it all along. What a finish to an exciting first half. At the end of one half of play, as this capacity crowd gets to its feet, it's the Golden State Warriors 59 and the Detroit Pistons 51. Wait, first of all, what's the score?
We got 58.
God.
We got 58. But I mean, the scoreboard has 58.
Yeah, it was. So what was it prior to that? 55 or 50?
Must have been 55.
The Warriors and K-Pop present their 4th annual musical chairs competition.
Okay.
Richmond, yeah, good play, good call.
On kickoff over the past 2 weeks.
Okay,
They are
Okay.
good call, Dan. That's good.
Steve Fetcher, Fred Hollister, Carol Holmes, George Cates, Howie Yamamoto.
We're going to take another look. We don't
Okay,
know.
okay.
I thought
I'll
it was
get
a
it.
3.
Thank you.
Now they're saying it's a 2.
The winner of tonight's contest.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll clear that.
recap and then Pizza Hut and then Community Notebook. Good. Okay.
Good play.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, Harry, we don't have any numbers.
All right, you ready to play? Good luck. Let's play musical chairs.
What? Okay, rebounds are 20-20. It's 58-51. Harry, they changed it to 58. It was a double, not a triple. It's a double, not a triple. At the half, it's Golden State 58 and the Pistons 51 here at the Oakland County Coliseum Arena. And Dick Carter, the Warriors are getting it done so far.
Yeah, I think they're doing what they want to do. They're running the ball, they're penetrating, they're holding the Pistons off on the board. I think they've had a good half.
And their big three are scoring pretty well. We'll have more from Oakland in a moment on the World Champion Pistons Television Network.
How closely tied are you to Michigan State these days?
Well, I'm very closely tied. I'm into a lot of different programs there to help raise money for scholarships and
All right, it's getting down there. Let's go.
Harry, do you know what Bill Lambeer's mom's name is?
Let's see the guy in the cap.
One is.
Okay, good luck, guys.
No, but I'm having brain drain. Just Bill is.
All right, this is it.
Because we already did it last game.
Turn into animals.
Out.
All right. Let's have a hand for John Marino, our winner of musical chairs. Way to go. All right, John, you're going to have a fun trip for 2.
At the half, it's Golden State 58 and the Pistons 51, and now It's time for Dunham's Fast Break, brought to you by Dunham's, your complete sports outfitter. When we were in Los Angeles, we had a chance to have a nice long conversation with the Magic Man, Irvin Johnson. We saw part 1 the other night. Let's take a look at part 2 this evening as he looks back at his home state of Michigan, his old school, Michigan State.
How closely tied are you to Michigan State these days?
Well, I'm very closely tied. I'm into a lot of different programs there to help raise money for scholarships, and if they want me to do something, I'm there for them. I go back to the football games every year. Me and Judd are good friends now. We talk basketball, but we talk just life too at the same time. So I'm closely knit to Michigan State as I am to Lansing, as like you say, as I am to Michigan, the state itself. Going back home it just brings you down. Living out here sometimes you can get caught up into Hollywood, and you can get to thinking you are a star and this and that. But when you go back home, you're Irvin. You can come down off of that. You can, see the guys you grew up with, be among your family and friends, the people who knew you before you was even Magic, in a sense. So it's just beautiful going back home, and I miss the changing of the 4 seasons. I think if anything I miss the most, besides my family and friends, is the changing of the 4 seasons. I love it. It's just so different.
Even on a gorgeous day like this, some guys' thoughts go way back.
Well, we go back way back, see?
Sure.
That's the difference. Me and you, ooh, man. I think we go back high school, just like getting out, too.
You used to dribble the ball down the court, then hand it off, and then go in and post up.
There you go. There you go. Those were the days. But, I haven't changed. I think I'm matured in terms of a business person, but I think that my love for the game is still there. The people who know me know that I'm still Irvin, and after it's over, they'll get to see me more because I'll be back and forth. I'll be bi-coastal at that time, and it's really great. And I'm gonna say this, and I hope people understand. It's really great what the Pistons have done for Michigan. When I was growing up, we struggled in all sports except hockey with the Red Wings. But, we always had our favorite players, Lem Barney, you had Mel Farr, you had Charlie Sanders, one hand catching it, you had Aurelio, you had Cash, you had K-Line, you had Lowledge, all the guys, but we never could put it together to win, except the one time the Tigers did win. And then in basketball, you had the one guys like our all-time hero, Dave Beam, but we never was a winner. And now for them to turn that state, turn it upside down the way they have, and win back-to-back, I'm just happy that it's finally paying off for the fans, because there's no other fans like Michigan fans, because even when we were winning and losing, they were there at the Lions game, they were at the Tiger game, they were at the Piston games, and so you ought to be congratulated the fans there back home.
Who's the #1 name in sporting goods? Dunham's. Dunham's has the selection. Dunham's has the brand names. And only Dunham's has everyday low discount prices. So low, Dunham's
league as he's in, I can't idolize him no more.
You play a great one night in, night out, but is it still special like tonight when you play Isaiah Thomas?
Oh yeah, it's very special. I want to go out here and make a big impression on him and the fans that I came a long way, and I'm playing against one of the greatest in the game, and I want to show him I came a long way and I'm doing real well, and I just want to make him happy and proud of me.
A great respect for each other. Well, joining me now is Jeff Chapman of the Oakland Tribune, and Jeff gets an opportunity to watch both these ball players for years, and Isaiah Thomas is still young, only 29 years old, but do you think Tim Hardaway might be catching up with a guy who's going to go to the Hall of Fame?
Well, it might sound a little prejudiced, but I think Tim is there. Tim indicated early on that He knew he had arrived when on the streets of Chicago, every move in the book that he tried worked against Isaiah. His feeling was when it works against the master, you've arrived. And he's only gotten better. You know, Magic Johnson said that there are only 3 guys in the NBA that have that killer crossover move. Isaiah's one of them, Kevin Johnson, and Tim. And he said Tim's is the best in the NBA, which in effect means it's the best in the world.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. That's Jeff Chapman of the Oakland Tribune. Now let's take a look at the NBA scores, and we have a host from the East Coast tonight. Portland over Indiana, 127-105. The Blazers now 17-1. Hornacek scores 28. Phoenix over New Jersey by 19. We had Milwaukee, a 1-point winner over Atlanta. Denver losing to Philadelphia. Charles Barkley with 40 points. Seattle losing to Orlando, 106-100. Former Warrior Otis Smith with 33 there. Boston, they're 15-3 now as they beat Dallas 112-104. Chicago over New York. Michael Jordan had 33. The Lakers losing to Utah 90-74 with 3:30 left in that basketball game. And again, the big trade today. Xavier McDaniel to Phoenix for Eddie Johnson and 2 #1 picks. Here at halftime, it's 58-51. The Warriors over the Pistons. Back with Steve and Jim after this.
Yeah. Make it 14.5.
Yeah, I'm kidding. That's about it. I won't even talk. You just do it.
All right, I'll rattle them off and then go to a spot. Is there another page of individuals? Okay, so this is all we'll see. This is all we'll see. Good, good. I'll go fast. I won't even give you 15. I'll give you 12.5.
This is interesting.
3 for 3. That was
nearly 4 for 4.
Yeah.
How's that? See?
Good. I love it. That's Hardaway has 2 of those 3.
David, how are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, still, you know I got to. We're going to go to Europe next year. You know that. We got to defend it, dude. When you get a man, what time y'all? That's the game's over. That's not cool. I want to say hi to my coach. You know what's up. All right.
The Warriors responding in the first half with a terrific shooting performance. 58%, continue to struggle at the line at 64%. 3 for 3, though, from three-point range. 2 of those 3 courtesy of Tim Hardaway. The Warriors lead it 58-51. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
I like the game. I like the game.
Yeah, I like this game.
I like me too.
Yeah.
It's okay, babe. Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm good. I got it.
Yeah, we're in good shape.
You're going to show some individual stats here? Okay, good.
Oh. Okay.
Steve Albert, Jim Barnett, Steve Physiok back at the Coliseum Arena. Warriors lead at 58-51 as we head into the second half of play. Here's Tim Hardaway. He'll march it down. Hardaway and Richmond to the backcourt with Lister, Mullen, and Hill. Hill, who had 6 rebounds in the first quarter, and Hardaway.
He is so confident with the outside shot tonight. That can spell your doom if you're not hitting consistently, but he has done so marvelously in the first half and continues.
Has 10 points, including 2 for 2 from three-point country. Rebound number 7 for Hill. Now here's Hardaway ducking underneath. Whips it over to Chris Mullen, who had only 6 at the half. Now he's got 8.
On a very creative move. Hardaway did a good job, though. Beat Dumars in the backcourt, pushed it up, and had the number advantage.
Mullen playing with the 3 fouls. Keep that in mind. 62-51. This is the biggest lead for the Warriors. Count it. Goaltending call. It will count for the Pistons. Joe Dumars led the Pistons in the first half with 16, followed by Lambert with 14. Richmond led all scorers with 17. Now here's Chris Mullen. Mullen from the side. Oh, would the Warriors love to see him get the hot hand.
Yeah, the Warriors are so much tougher when they have 3 big ones, the 3 big guns, all clicking on all cylinders.
They combined for only 50 points Wednesday night. They averaged 72.5. Nice move by James Edwards. Started off fast, then he kind of mellowed out. He's no spring chicken. 35, 14th year out of Washington. 64-55, the Warriors. Here's Mullen. Thought about a shot. Good play by Rodman.
Bet we have a tee. Yep, on Lambert.
Yes, some extracurricular going on off the ball.
Yeah, Bruce Alexander getting an earful of Bill Lambert, and that'll bring the crowd.
He had 22 technicals last season, suspended twice for fighting over the past 2 years as Mullen hits the tee.
You weren't here last year. You know what he did in the game? Threw the ball at the official.
Heard about it. That was Hugh Hollins.
Got kicked out. Threw the ball at the official, which is a no-no.
You once kicked the ball into the stands. I remember that. But we won't get into that too deeply. Mullen stripped by Dumars. Whips it ahead to Rodman. He's off to the races. And he almost walked.
They made a tougher shot than he needed to. Didn't put the ball on the floor very well and took off for about 20 feet out. He had to glide.
That's like an early slide. That's like starting your slide into second, midway between first and second. 65-57. Warriors, Hardaway. Lister kept it alive. Mullen.
He's always looking around. He's really looking for cutters.
Look out now. A forearm thrown by Alton Lister that leveled James Edwards, an offensive foul.
I'll tell you what happened. He lost his balance because he stepped on Edwards' foot. Watch him inside. He goes back in. There. Well, he didn't quite step, but he got off balance and he couldn't control himself.
Wasn't quite as blatant as first thought. As we see it on the replay. Warriors by 8. 9:40 left in the third. Edwards makes the turn move. Well, he is smooth. 8 points for the consummate offensive bigman, James Edwards.
Out of the University of Washington. Played with the Suns for a while. But like you said, old legs, but he can still get the job done. He's got young legs. That's why I'm saying it's different with a big man. You don't have to go out there and play in-line to in-line trying to defend people. It's a lot tougher.
Mullen for 3. Rebounded by Dennis. Robin comes soaring in there. Warriors by 6. Here's Dumars. Watched by Richmond. And Joe Crawford blows the whistle on Alton Lister. Going to be his 3rd. And Don Nelson looks down the bench and goes to Steve Johnson with Lister garnering his 3rd. Johnson, who had 4 points in the first half, checks in for Lister. Lister Lee is with 9.
Yeah, Johnson put together 6 pretty good minutes in the first half. So Don's a little more confident right now in using him.
Has to be a little rusty too. Hadn't played the previous 2.
I'll tell you where he has troubles on defense. Let's see how he holds up out there when they need him.
Here's Joe Dumars with a fall away. Tough shot. 2 Warriors underneath, but it's gobbled up by Rodman. Good recovery by Rodman. Almost stepped out. Isaiah Thomas, a little stutter step, great feet inside Lambert, stopped by Hill, taken away by the Warriors. Here comes Richmond to Hardaway. Hardaway stumbles into the front court. He stops and pumps.
Now there's a simple play, but an effective play. He's got to do that more often. Stop at the free throw line.
He pulled up on a dime, and he has 12, and the Warriors lead it by 8, 67-59. A lot of action down low between Edwards and Johnson. Edwards barrels over to his right. Won't go. Rebounded by Richmond. Again, the Warriors fly down the floor. Here comes Hardaway. Lost the ball. Thomas got a hand on it, and then Rodman down to Thomas. Only 6 points for Isaiah Thomas, averaging 15 and a half. Now Richmond bumps into his man Dumars. Mullen for three. Got it.
Had a lot more room between him and the defender. That way he can just step into the shot rather than he can use his body rather than his arm. When you use your arm from that long, that kind of range, it really makes it tough.
Richmond goes down. He just crumbles to the floor. See if he's okay. Offensive foul, the call on Edwards, his third. And Richmond apparently all right. So 3 fouls on Edwards, 3 on Isaiah Thomas, 3 on Vinnie Johnson, and now a technical. Looks like Chuck Daly, who is really teed off. So Chris Mullen will go back to the line. Officially, it's being whistled on Brendan Soar, the assistant to Chuck Daly.
I thought Chuck was walking away from the officials. He was walking down to Brendan and saying, Brendan, let me get the tees.
They're blowing off some steam over there at that Piston bench. Chuck Daly, who deserves the Medal of Honor for juggling this group of egos into 2 straight titles.
Well, the Pistons have lost 3 in a row now. Good time for the Warriors to see if they can. It's going to be a push on James Edwards to see if the Warriors can put something together and put a team away that struggled on the road. That's the 4th foul on Edwards, but the Pistons got blown out in Los Angeles and Utah. The last 2 games they were beaten by 94-83 in Washington. So Warriors have a good opportunity.
Yeah, they got creamed in LA 114-90. Mark Aguirre, who was a powerful force in the first half, replacing the foul-plagued Edwards with 4. Warriors by 10. Their biggest lead 11, 7:35 left in the third. It's been mostly Warriors here in the third quarter. Mullen has been doing the damage. Mullen opening up, has 16 now. And the Warriors with their biggest lead, 73-61.
Amazing, has 6 at the half.
10 points here in the opening 5 minutes of the third for Mullen. Now the double up on Aguirre, and it's stolen away by Mullen. One man back lane Bear. Oh, what a beautiful bit of pass work. Hardaway and Mullen. 18 for Mullen. Warriors by 14, and off the pressure, Isaiah Thomas calls time, and they're going wild. A 20-second timeout by Detroit. They are eating it up here at the Coliseum Arena. A crowd that includes Huey Lewis, minus the news.
Watch Mullen, goes right to where the obvious pass would be. They try to swing it around to Lambert, and Mullen's right there. And look at the great teamwork between Hardaway, Mullen. Mullen to Hardaway, back to Mullen. Now we go to a full timeout, Steve.
And with 6:58 left in the third, it's the Warriors 75, the Pistons 61. How many technicals do the Pistons have now? Lambert, Soar, was there one more? No. How many technicals do the Pistons have? Is it 2 or 3? You know, technicals, 2.
I didn't say it.
Yes, Dan, I'm sorry.
I do know that for a fact.
What are you trying to tell us something?
Talk to me.
You want Fizz to take it?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm coming back to Charlene.
Is Fizz taking it? You taking it?
I guess I will.
Okay. You're going to have it.
Yeah, I've got something, yeah. It's about Mullen, the way he's been playing. He has Dumars on him and really wanted to get some screens. I won't say it.
Good. Great. 19?
Yeah, missed a free throw.
Okay.
You got to believe that up there more.
Okay.
All right.
I can't read that.
Oh, you can't?
No, I can't. I can't keep looking up and down. Okay.
.6:58 remaining in the third quarter. Warriors leading 75-61. Steve Physioc, Steve Albert, Jim Barnett here at the Oakland Coliseum. And Joe Dumars was doing a great job defensively on Chris Mullin. But when the Warriors called the last time out, Don Nelson said, you got to get the ball to this guy. And they started setting plays for Chris. Well, he made the plays himself, both offensively and defensively with the big steal, and got the assist from Hardaway. He now has 19 points after being very quiet in the first half. Steve?
And Tom Tolbert in for Steve Johnson. The Warriors 7 for 10 here in the third. Here's another steal. Mullin make it 21. What an eruption here by Chris Mullin. 15 of his 21 in the third quarter. And the Warriors by 16, Jim.
He can really read the passing lanes.
Oh, did he diagnose that one perfectly? 6:38 to go in the third. All Warriors. Good defense by Golden State. Lambert comes up with it, though. Here's Aguirre in a crowd. A force that goes. Tough shot in traffic.
Yeah, how do you hit that one?
Amazing. 77-63 Warriors. Hardaway walks it in on Isaiah Thomas, who has been held to just 6. Rebounded by Lambert.
They run a play for Tyrone Hill that time on Aguirre.
Well, he's earned it. Aguirre posting up. And Hill all over him. Won't go that time, but the foul on Tyrone Hill. His third.
Yeah, Aguirre is the type of guy that can really take someone to school, particularly an untested rookie. And Tyrone Hill is not a great defender yet. Doesn't have the instincts that way and kind of gets confused. And then Mike Aguirre has that great hand. You know, he can show you the ball, hold on to the ball, get a little pump fake and get you up in the air just off balance.
82% foul shooter, his first visit to the line. Rod Higgins comes back in. He hit a three-pointer in the first half. In for Tyrone Hill, gets a nice hand. He's making his presence felt tonight.
He's playing very, very well. Mark Aguirre, the great scorer at DePaul. A lot of people said this guy is a little overweight and a little slow. And Dan Belwamini, who was coaching USF, went and saw him. He said, came back, he says, I'll tell you one thing, that fat boy can play.
And he wears it well. 77-65. Golden State, 5:52 left in the third. Boy, Lambert was surprised as Tolbert launched it. Isaiah Thomas, who has been held in check by Tim Hardaway and company tonight. Dumars with the bomb. Nothing but net. That's a long two.
And good ball movement. You know, you move the ball around the perimeter, maybe take it in, back out. You're going to get a shot in the NBA.
18 for Dumars. Warriors lead it by 10. It was 16. Richmond. This is Tolbert, the quick release from deep. In and out. And Lambert's got it.
Tolbert can hit that shot, but I think he's got to work a little bit harder getting under the basket, maybe picking up a little garbage. I think that shot seems to go for him a little easier if he picks up an easy one.
Shooting 47% of the year from the floor. Thomas trying to get it going. Can't do it again. He has really struggled. Isaiah Thomas has not done the job tonight. Hardaway backs off on Thomas. What a move! Oh, and he exploded. It goes. That was brilliant.
Every bit as good as Richmond's move in the first half. Pretty miraculous move. He left Isaiah just nailed to the floor.
It got the entire Warriors bench on its feet. And the Warriors lead it 79-67. The move of the night by Hardaway. Thomas the rebound. And he's fouled. Tom Tolbert picks up.
The trouble is you got to continue playing on after that tremendous move. And Thomas comes in with an offensive rebound. Right in there, and he just kind of diagnoses everything. Says, I'll go to the easy side away from Tolbert. Uses the left.
Well, that move by Tim Hardaway, very apropos in light of Steve Physioc's halftime feature. Isaiah Thomas and Tim Hardaway. And Isaiah probably still feeling the effects as he misses the free throw. The ball skids out to Richmond. The Warriors lead it by 10. 4:15 to go in the third. Here's Hardaway. He shovels it off to Tolbert. The spin move. No. It's a traveling call on Tolbert.
Now Tolbert has to get under control a little more. Now you want to see a guy under control. He says, I'm just going to die shoot and slice shoot. And does he go for the move? Isaiah Thomas. And then over Lambier. Boy, did Hardaway earn it.
That's like a heavyweight fight, slipping a punch and landing the bomb.
Ooh, that's a good analogy. It really is.
Was that convincing? Ooh, the stuff. Back it goes to Dumars. He rolls it across the rim. Hardaway trying to out-rebound Thomas. It'll be Warrior ball. Last touch by Isaiah, no argument.
Bruce Alexander looking for a little bit of help, and he got it from Joey Crawford. He was emphatic on the play, saying Warriors ball.
79-69, Golden State, 3:44 and counting in the third. It has been a dilly. Here's Tom Tolbert. The lob. Alley-oop time to Richmond. 19 for Mitch Richmond, and everything clicking for the Warriors.
Not bad with a guy with a bad back.
81-69 Golden State. Lambert with a force, rebounded by Mullen, looking for the long outlet. This is Richmond. He's got Hardaway. Oh, he threw it away to Lambert. And Don Nelson jumping up and down to the sideline. That creates the break. Dumars, no! And finally the putback. Isaiah Thomas.
That's a big sequence, though. You know, you get the turnover, you have a chance to go to 14 up. Now it's still a 10-point game. Very careless was Mitch. That's why they want to get to the point guard in the open court.
And the point guard has it. Here's Hardaway now. Being pressured by Thomas. They isolate one-on-one. Oh, wait a minute. One of the officials is down. Bruce Alexander
he's hurt.
Is really shaken up.
I think, you know what? I don't know.
I did not see what transpired, why he went down. I was watching the play, to be honest with you, and all of a sudden he's down.
I bet he got hit by a player inadvertently, but down, you're talking about that heavyweight punch. I mean, he was out almost.
Bruce Alexander is flat out on his back, and Tom Abdenauer,
I tell you what,
is the trainer.
It could be an ankle, too. I mean, an ankle can give you an incredible amount of pain. I thought it might be his left ankle for a moment, but we'll see.
And he is really sweating up a storm. Bruce Alexander. Let us hope he is okay.
The way he's holding his head, though, I would think that he got hit somewhere above the shoulders.
So this crowd comes to a hush here. This capacity crowd of 15,025 really feeling for referee Bruce Alexander. And they continue to attend to him.
Yeah, Dr. Robert Albo, who's been with the club for so many years.
The crowd responding as he sits up.
Well, as we have a little time, you're talking about Dr. Albo, Bob Albo. There you see him helping. He's on the other side of trainer Tom Abdenauer, but Bob Albo, a great athlete at the University of California.
You were right. It is the left, looks like the left ankle.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, you would never know that, but the pain, you see, he's probably never done that in his life. The first time you ever do a bad ankle, it really, excruciating pain.
And we're getting the word from our statistician Tom Bradshaw that he hit a wet spot, went down.
It's interesting. You wouldn't think that by looking at the picture, but an ankle, I remember one time I did that in Phoenix, and it was embarrassing, but I crawled and dragged myself from the free throw line to the in line. It was so painful. But anyway, I want to finish about Bob Albo. He was he's the last athlete ever to be captain of the basketball and the baseball team at the University of California back in like 1951, 52. Great athlete.
He can really relate to these injuries. So they'll work with two officials now.
Yeah, I thought they always had to have a spare official. They used to do that.
In the playoffs. Joe Crawford and Bill Spooner will work the game. 81-71 Warriors, 2:28 to go in the third. The turnaround by Rodman and a ferocious rebound by Tom Tolbert. Here comes Hardaway again, bursting into the forecourt. He stops and pumps it dry.
Hardaway.
16 for Hardaway, all from the field. 83-71 Golden State. Warriors with a blistering third quarter.
2 minutes.
Pretty good defense, too, they're playing. They're really making the Pistons take the extra pass, and the Pistons do that pretty well, too.
Good ball movement by Detroit, resulting in a hoop for Aguirre, who has 16. His season high 30. 10-point Warrior lead. 1:43 left in the third.
I like the matchup. I really like these guys playing here.
It is intense. As advertised. Mullen one-on-one with Rodman, the defensive player of the year.
It's tough to beat with the dribble. 5
on the shot clock, Jim. Here's Richmond. Heaves it. A little short.
He almost made too much power out of that. He had a lot more room than he realized.
It was almost a shot put attempt. Tolbert again with the emphatic rebound.
You can run this one.
Here comes Hardaway. The crossover against Dumars. He pitches out for 2 for Higgins. Kept alive by the 6-footer Hardaway. What a pass to Higgins. Oh, you talk about alert. Hardaway staying right with it. What concentration. And Chuck Daly wants to talk it over. 54.6 seconds left in the third quarter. And your score, Golden State 85, Detroit 73. Ankle, sprained left ankle.
Is that amazing?
You hit it. Okay.
How about that for a read?
You called it.
And I mean, flat on the back when it's like this. Is that amazing?
I thought he had a heart attack at first. This is someone who's sweating.
How did I know that?
Well, you called it because I'm sure, like you said, you had it happen to you. So
I mean, I never saw it. It's funny. Who would think left ankle?
You got the right. You didn't get the right. You got the right left ankle.
I just saw. I'll tell you what.
Good. Very good. If you get a chance later, too, maybe we'll have time for that Trainer Mania. That should be fun. Yeah, the 2 trainers, Mike and Tom Abdidar. Later on, if things...
Am I coming out of this break, guys?
I'm going to read this, Fizz. Well, TV 53 of the Golden State Warriors are busing 10 Warrior fans and their guests to see the Warriors take on the Minnesota Timberwolves on Saturday, December 22nd. To enter the drawing, watch the next 2 Warrior games on TV 53. We'll reveal a different secret Warrior name each game. Just send in 1 secret Warrior name to TV 53 and you could win. Stay tuned.
I followed injured official Bruce Alexander into the locker room, in the training room, before I was kicked out, and rightfully so. But Bruce Alexander has a severe sprained ankle. He will be gone for the rest of the game, but Dr. Albo is in with him right now and taking care of him.
Good digging, Steve. 52 seconds to go in the third. 85-73 Warriors.
You like that diagnosis too, don't you?
As Isaiah Thomas connects. You didn't know that Jim Barnett took medicine in college. Of course, he feels a lot better now. Now that's 12 points for Isaiah Thomas. Here comes Tom Tolbert. Tolbert busting throw plus the foul. Oh, brother.
And the way things have been going for Tom tonight, he had to look back and see if he didn't get an offensive foul. Lambeer trying to get out of his way, but now Tolbert not satisfied to try to shoot from the outside. You can see Lambeer has no position. He's still trying to move, and he's pretty adept at trying to give you a bump and pretend like he's getting out of the way. Great drive by Tolbert.
Mullen and Hardaway sit down. Pritchard and Marciulionis are back. And to the line, Tom Tolbert after that pretty play. First trip to the line, 71%. He has 5 now. Number 2 on Lambeer.
Tolbert's not shooting outside, and sometimes he's hot. He can do that, but miss the first couple, forget it. He can drive to the basket. He's got that nice move to the left.
8-second differential on the shot clock. And an easy 2 for Aguirre.
Ooh, low post, you go for the steal, you better come up with it. You give yourself up totally because you got no help from the other side at that point.
Aguirre has 18. Final seconds, third period. Warriors by 11. The isolation, Pritchard and Thomas. The dish off to Tolbert, off the penetration. Tolbert at the buzzer. Would have counted. Good setup by Kevin Pritchard. And that is the end of the third quarter. The score, the Golden State Warriors 88, the Detroit Pistons 77. All right. Oh, boy, 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 boy. Can they hang on? Good.
The 13 for 21, that was in the first half, wasn't it? Or is that? I mean, okay. Yeah, because we got 73 shots for one team. 15 in the third. Wow.
Okay. All righty. Say what? I don't know if I can do that this fast.
Warriors continue to shoot a sizzling 58%. Pistons right now at 47. Chris Mullin was outstanding in the third with 15 points despite the defense of one of the best defensive players in the NBA, Joe Dumars. Isaiah had 10 for Detroit, but it's still Warriors by 11 as we head to the fourth quarter. And here's Steve Albert and Jim Barnett.
And the Golden Trio, Steve, combining for 54 points. Mullin, Richmond, and Hardaway. The entire game they had 50 against Washington Wednesday night. They're averaging 72.5, so they're back in good stead. 88-77, the Warriors by 11. Here's Vinnie Johnson. He's had a tough night too off the bench. Aguirre, one of the bright spots for Detroit this evening, drew the foul.
Tim Hardaway.
Hardaway.
His first personal foul.
It's only his first.
His first team foul of the period.
Amazing, a guy can play with the ball in his hands so often and has to defend the point guard and only has one foul. You go into the fourth quarter. No fouls in the first three quarters.
So many
plays defense.
So many things have happened and you overlook that. It's true. Mark Aguirre, 2 for 2 at the line, has 18. Pistons as a team shoot 77%, but over the last three, 65% from the foul line. They have really had a rugged road trip. 88-79, the Warriors. Just underway in the fourth. Warriors have to be ever so careful against the two-time defending champs. They can erupt at a moment's notice. Hardaway busting in. What a shot falling away to his left.
Yeah, one of the cameramen had a camera out there, and Tim almost turned his ankle at the baseline. Now the camera, a photographer is who he is. He took his machinery and equipment and moved it back another foot.
Don't blame him. 18 for Hardaway, all from the floor, including 2 threes. And he's 79. The Warriors up 11. Joe Crawford blows the whistle. Tyrone Hill will check back in for the Warriors. In for Higgins. Tom Tolbert, his second foul.
Tolbert didn't do anything on the play. Aguirre just turned, lost the ball, and he just threw his arms up, hoping to get a whistle, and he got it from Joe Crawford. Tolbert was surprised.
Crawford and Spooner working with Alexander out with the bad ankle now. Aguirre. Tolbert gets the rebound.
Hill did his job, made him turn and take a fadeaway. Didn't let him penetrate to the middle.
Hill really looking good tonight. Mitch Richmond with the hesitation dribble against Rodman. Here's Marciulionis using his muscle and scores.
How do you lose the ball, put it under your elbow against your hip, and then regain it and get it to go home?
The tuck-in play. Marciulionis' first field goal of the night. 92-79, Warriors by 13. Spin move, and Isaiah Thomas is fouled.
Quick, just quick.
His third personal foul.
Watch what he does against Hardaway.
Team foul.
A little bit of a shuffle there, but when the dribble is out of your hands, when the ball's out of your hands, you can shuffle those feet. And Isaiah is a master at doing that.
0 for 1 at the foul line. Now has 17 points. He will become the all-time Pistons scoring leader later this year, surpassing Bob Lanier. 92-82 Warriors. They've led most of the way. Marciulionis goes up with the left hand. And
probably a foul on Richmond. I'll tell you something about this little matchup. As you see Richmond walking down with a...
Foul, the 4th team foul.
How many fouls that for Mitch? That's his second. But Sharunas has to take his time with Vinny. There's no need to hurry. You can beat him. Just got a little sandwich there. Couldn't get it home. And there you see Richmond over the back.
And back to the live action. Vinny Johnson buries it. That's his first field goal all night. Has 3 points. Mullen gets up. The crowd trying to urge the Warriors on. Tolbert got great goaltending on Isaiah Thomas. Tolbert will get credit.
Yeah, Tolbert's learning. That's another one of those instances where he didn't try to out-jump anybody. He wanted to get the ball to the backboard quicker than the defender got there. Results goaltending.
Tolbert now with 7 points, and the Warriors lead by 10. 9:42 left in the fourth. Here's Thomas straight up against Hardaway. Goes on the wing to Aguirre. Watched by Hill. Aguirre forcing it and banking it home. What a shot. 22 for Aguirre. And Richmond stepped out of bounds. Mark Aguirre single-handedly keeping the Pistons fairly close. Mullen comes in. Marciulionis departs.
Tough play for Richmond. He drives the baseline. Marciulionis sits, but you get a little bit of a push from Dennis Rodman. You step on the line. They say it's not enough to call a foul, and yet he really forced you out.
If you're just joining us, Mullen had 15 of his 21 in the third quarter, so he is hot. Rodman way off, rebounded by Richmond. He comes out of the pack. This is Hardaway. Hardaway up the quarterback sneak, got it over to Mullen, stops, pops, and drops. Mullen picks up where he left off in the third, has 23.
Good man to find when you penetrate and kick it out.
Boy, does he have the touch tonight. Warriors by 10, 8:45 in the fourth. Quick release by Vinny Johnson. Continues to struggle. Tyrone Hill, the rebound. He's got 8 or 9. Tim Hardaway, the pull-up. Long rebound. Vinny Johnson. Being pestered by Hardaway. Gets it up to Thomas. And he was dragged on the play by Hill. Number 4 on Tyrone Hill.
See, when you play a 2-on-2, 3-on-3 game, the court becomes a lot bigger, particularly when big men are trying to come out and take a little man. Isaiah just blows by Tyrone Hill. And if you're a big man coming out against a right-hander, you want to shade his right hand, make him go left. Don't let him go to his bread and butter.
One of the most dominant little men who ever played, Isaiah Thomas. His numbers may have slipped, but leadership qualities haven't.
Only stayed with Bobby Knight for a couple of years and came right to the big time.
And now in his 10th season.
And he was instantly successful.
19 points for Thomas, who had 4 at the half. 96-88 Warriors by 8. 8:20 left in the fourth.
It's starting to be pretty big possessions because this is a very poised veteran team.
Hardaway got the step on Isaiah. The finger roll. Tolbert kept it alive. Volleyballed it to Hill. And he drew the foul. Great work on the offensive glass.
It really was, Steve. It was tremendous work by Tolbert. And I'm not so sure that some Warrior didn't knock this ball out of Hardaway. Watch the little English, a little bit of spin. No, Hill did not touch it. But watch Tolbert. He's just trying to keep it alive for anybody. He goes out of the picture. Tyrone Hill picks it up, and there you see the reach in. But you got to have plays like that in this league, and you got to hit the free throws. Let's see if Hill can connect.
He does on the first.
I mean, talking about the Pistons, 4 years in a row they've gone to the Eastern Finals. 3 years in a row they've gone to the NBA Finals. They lost, of course, in '88 to the Lakers. They've won the last 2 years, so this team knows what it takes to win ball games, particularly down the stretch.
Hill's made 10 of his last 11 free throws. And he has 6 tonight. The Warriors by 10 again with 8 minutes on the clock. Nice turn move by Aguirre.
Aguirre's having a field day.
24 points for Aguirre, averaging 15 and a half. Warriors by 8. Great backdoor to Mullen by Hardaway.
Fortuitously, Tolbert comes up a little higher. He wanted a pass just inside the free throw line. It freed up Mullen for a flash and what you call a little blind pick.
25 for Chris Mullen, who had 6 at the half. Warriors by 10 again. Dumars bouncing off Richmond, nearly stole it away, and then Dumars got the good break.
Right into Richmond and right off him. Ricocheted to Dumars.
So a birthday present for Joe Dumars. He has 20. 192 Warriors.
One-on-one.
The isolation, it's Hardaway again, flinging to his left. That time it wouldn't go down. Mullen going for the gamble. Here's Dumars. He guns it in. Broken up by Tolbert. Recaptured, though, by Vinnie Johnson. And he just can't hit. And Tyrone Hill in the center of things, battling with Rodman. They'll jump it up.
That's a good call, but what a rebound in traffic for Tyrone.
Great effort by the rookie from Xavier, Tyrone Hill. There's a timeout on the floor, and the score, the Warriors 100, the Pistons 92.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a big rebound, though.
Assists Hardaway. Hardaway assists. Good.
Pass TM gift certificate.
Yes.
Tricky Dickie Bass.
Remember him. I remember him.
College of Pacific.
Bob Bass. San Diego Padres. Bill Blass.
John Arnett. Do you remember him?
Remember John Arnett? Yes.
USC, LA
Basketball
Rams.
player. Oh, no, football. John Arnett. I'm sorry.
Halfback.
No relation
26.
to Jim Barnett.
Arnett.
Right. No.
Don't
no
say
B.
James Arnett. Okay.
The Thing. He was in The Thing.
Okay.
Hardaway. 10. Good. 10 assists. Three and a 20. You notice Lambert hasn't played at all here?
That's strange, isn't it?
Where has he played at all? This. Okay. Well, here's a reminder, Bass TM gift certificates, the perfect holiday gift. Good for any event sold through Bass TM tickets. All you have to do is call 415-762-BASS.
Now look at Tyrone Hill, surrounded by 3 Detroit Pistons. Surely would have been an easy putback basket, and there you see him wrestled to the ground. But I thought Rodman had the ball.
Let's give the ball to Steve Fizio.
Don Nelson really talking about the importance of this jump ball situation. He looked right at Tyrone Hill into the eyes and said, you have to win this. We need this possession.
Let's see what happens. Hill and Rodman. Joe Crawford steps between, and the Pistons gobble it up. Mark Aguirre able to cut in for it. Here comes Thomas. The pick by Rodman. Off it goes to Dumars. He's got it. He buries it. A long 2.
Perfectly executed play. Pick and roll on one side, screen away on the other.
22 for Dumars. Warriors lead it by 6. There's your time remaining.
See what kind of ball movement the Warriors get.
Tolbert posting up the turnaround. In.
Just a little mismatch with Vinnie Johnson.
That one just caught the lip. 9 points for Tolbert. 8-point Golden State lead.
Looks like the same plays they ran a moment ago.
Thomas with a bouncer inside. Reverse Dumars. That's gorgeous. Ooh.
Joe Dumars.
24 for Dumars. Suddenly, the Pistons have turned it up a notch. 102-96 Warriors.
So I say they're going to be tough down the stretch. You know, prior to these 3 losses, they won 10 games in a row.
Hardaway inside. Tim Hardaway now has 22 points and 10 assists. And where is Bill Lambert? He's on the bench. Isaiah Thomas. Warriors lead it by 8 again.
I think Chuck Daly's concerned about team speed.
That might be it.
That and Mark Aguirre is taking up the scoring load, so they don't need another shooter out there when you've got Dumars, you've got Isaiah Thomas, and Mark Aguirre is on his game.
And Tyrone Hill is off to the bench with 5 fouls, but really a splendid job being acknowledged by this crowd. Gets the pat on the back from Don Nelson.
And you saw Don Nelson with both hands saying you got to stay on the floor. So difficult with this guy because he can really juke you.
Aguirre 4 for 4 from the line, has 24 points all told. But how many times down the stretch, as Rod Higgins comes back in, do you not see Bill Lambert in there at critical times for the Detroit Pistons? It may be a changing of the guard. Or at least for the time being. Vinnie Johnson, good offensive rebound, everything but. Oh, man, he must be having trouble sleeping at night. That's amazing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Don Nelson took a sigh of relief on that one. Never allow a guy to get an offensive rebound from a missed free throw, particularly a guard.
The quickie by Hardaway. What a quick move by Hardaway. 24 for Tim.
And he is winning the battle of the point guards against one of the best, Isaiah Thomas.
Warriors lead at 106-97. And that rattles home for Dumars.
There's a tough shot in traffic.
And Dumars with 26. 106-99. The Pistons won't go away. 4:23 and counting. Hardaway takes a spill, and the ball is thrown away. This is not what the Warriors wanted, as Chuck Daly orchestrates. Warriors by 7, 4:08.
And Pistons, they're just so efficient.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas with a runner, and in almost surgeon-like fashion, they've pulled to within 5. And the crowd exhorting the Warriors again.
Might be a little, lob. That's what I was going to say, a little lob to Richmond.
In deep, he loses his man, doesn't get the roll. Dumars really hammered.
Richmond thought he was kind of hesitant because he thought he was going to hear a whistle.
Thomas really quarterbacking, taking charge. Aguirre using his muscle. That ball almost skidded in. Goes into the hands of Mullen. In the right place at the right time, and a grab foul against Rudman.
Non-shooting foul. It's only the 3rd, or it's actually the 2nd on Detroit.
106-101 Warriors.
Looks like the same play. Could be another lob to Richmond. Let's see if they've got it sniffed out. No, a little Hardaway one-on-one.
Hardaway and Isaiah Thomas. Hardaway backs up. He fires. In and out. Rebounded by Mullen, a new 24.
Now there, appreciate the possession. I like the heads-up play of Chris.
Mullen took it right back out again. Here's Hardaway again, isolated with Isaiah Thomas. 8 on the shot clock. Richmond, the fadeaway. Got it! 21 for Richmond as they high-five at the Warrior bench. They're up by 7.
Big basket, Steve.
Stripped by Richmond. Recovered, though, by Aguirre. What a shot. How many times have I said that tonight with Aguirre? 26 for Aguirre.
He's oblivious to anyone around him when he's in that kind of zone. Oblivious. Doesn't even care. Doesn't bother him.
Very physical. Warriors by 5. Here's Mullen with Rodman. Tolbert posting up against Aguirre, and it is stripped by Aguirre.
Just weighted down low for him.
Asking for trouble, and Chuck Daly calls time. Pistons time. This one is a long way from over. And Don Nelson really giving it to Tom Tolbert now with 1:59. It's the Warriors by 5. Woo. Okay.
I'm checking Detroit.
Thank you.
Steve
Okay,
does.
I got something.
Steve does it.
I got something where they either want to go to Isaiah or Aguirre Lowe. Whose ball is it anyway? Steve, whose ball is it? Detroit's?
Yes.
Yeah, Detroit's ball. Yeah. Know when to say when. Okay. I won't throw it. I'll let him pick it up.
I told him Isaiah or Aguirre.
Budweiser, the king of beers, reminds you to drink responsibly. Know when to say when.
And Steve Albert, I just stuck my nose into the Detroit Pistons huddle, and they were designing plays either for Isaiah Thomas, or if Isaiah could not create something, they wanted Mark Aguirre down in that low post where he's been so successful here in the second half.
And the crescendo building here at the Coliseum Arena. There's your field goal shooting this period. It's been terrific. The Warriors lead it 108-103. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Playoff type environment. Thomas played closely by Hardaway, got it off. Oh, brother, what a break. Dumars out of bounds to the Warriors.
Tremendous pursuit defensively. They really closed off the lane of Dumars. He went up, and Chuck Daly is just distraught, beside himself, that a big mistake like that on that kind of possession.
Here comes Hardaway. That looked like Excedrin headache, number 102.
Ooh, that's a tough. Oh, yeah, and it's a turnover.
Out of bounds. Chris Mullin firing the ball off the side, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, Hardaway gave it right down to the shoelaces.
Errant pass by Tim Hardaway. You won't see that too often. He goes back on defense, shaking his head. Warriors have to go back to work on defense. Aguirre has been the man for Detroit, and he just continues to do the job. Dynamite. 29 for Aguirre. 19 in the second half. 108-105. Too close for comfort. Oh, brother! Isaiah picked Hardaway's pocket. And a tough stretch for Tim Hardaway. It's a one-point game.
Yeah, Hardaway has been winning the battle, but he may lose the war.
Thomas has 23. Warriors by 1. 103. We'll be back. Wow. Tim.
Oh, what happened here? Let's see it, Dan, just for the heck of it. Oh,
what a great play, huh?
Boy,
He went down low.
He saw it, yeah.
Look at Timber. You can just take it.
Thank you. I'd like to. Yep.
Both Hardaway.
Yep.
Jim?
Yeah, I got it. One of the reasons the Detroit Pistons have won 2 NBA championships in a row, coming down to crunch time. And there you see Hardaway getting careless as he's coming across half court, and Isaiah Thomas picks him clean. 2 turnovers in a row for Hardaway.
Making it a 1-point game. 108-107 Warriors. 103 remaining. Isaiah Thomas picking Hardaway clean.
You got to play the full 48, Steve. 48 minutes. You can't play 46 in 20 seconds.
Cannot let up. And this is some kind of trip for Tim Hardaway. And the foul on Thomas. Non-shooting.
Yeah, first in the last 2 minutes, so the next one will be automatically over the limit. 58.5 seconds to go, new 24-second clock. Yeah, good time for the Warriors. You see, you use the clock a little bit. You still get 2 possessions for 1, theoretically.
Almost stolen by Thomas again. Richmond backs it on Dubars. Got it! Oh, what a huge shot.
Now Detroit can get the 2 for 1. Didn't take enough time off. Detroit can get 2 for 1.
Warriors.
Pretty quick shot.
By 3, 40 seconds and counting. They're standing here at the Coliseum Arena. They go to Aguirre. Aguirre doesn't get the roll. The putback by Rodman, no. Big rebound by Richmond, and they blow the whistle. It's on Dennis Rodman. That's his 4th.
He'll shoot. Richmond has been doing an excellent job on the boards all night. I know by my total he had 8 after the 3rd quarter. And he's been getting some tough ones. As I say, once again, when you have that off guard can come in and give you this kind of help. For once, Aguirre doesn't get the roll. And here you see Richmond just go up and say, hey, this one's mine. And the ensuing push by Rodman. 2 big free throws because you can really very nearly ice the game. Give him a 5-point lead.
What a clutch rebound by Mitch Richmond. 3 for 3, now 4 for 4 from the line, 24 points. And that gives Golden State the all-important 4-point lead. Lambert comes in.
Yeah, Lambert comes in. Chuck Daly takes Aguirre out.
That's a curious move.
He says, yeah, you're not allowed to miss 1 shot, Mark. I'm just kidding.
Well, Aguirre goes out with 29.
Yeah, he's a little upset he didn't get that shot down.
2 critical free throws. And the Pistons call time. And with 27.9 seconds remaining, the Warriors by 5, 112-107. How strange a year it is. The last 2 home games, the Warriors losing to lowly New Jersey and lowly Washington. And here they are on the threshold of knocking off the 2-time defending champions. Go figure.
And it will be the 3rd year in a row that Detroit has come into the Oakland Coliseum and gone away without a win. And this is a big loss for them because one more road game, but on this road trip, they could move to 0-4. What a gutty performance, though. It had all the elements tonight, and it still does. We've still got 27-9, Steve.
Warriors looking to make it 3 straight, as you said, over Detroit here at the arena. On the road, a different story where the Warriors have lost 9 straight to the Pistons. But that's for another day and time, like March 29th at the Palace in Auburn Hills, when they will renew acquaintances. And you know that the Pistons will not have forgotten tonight. 112-107 Golden State with 27 and 9/10 seconds. The Warriors off to their best start in 80-81 when they opened up at 12-6. They're looking to make it 12-7 now. Let's go to Steve Fisiak.
And Steve, I just came from the Warriors huddle, and those guys are ecstatic. Tim Hardaway came to the sideline, and he kind of gave Mitch Richmond a noogie on his head after the big rebound, the big basket, and the big free throws. And then Tim looked into everybody's faces and said, I knew we had this one. I knew we had it the whole way. Well, right now, they got the 112-107 lead with 28 seconds left.
Well, I wish they told us a long time ago.
You know, as a player, you do get that feeling, though. You know you're in control. And if you notice, Hardaway didn't do a lot of talking tonight all through the game. He was pretty quiet. You saw him talk to Richmond before the 2 free throws. I think he was amplifying the point that Steve Fisiak picked up on.
Is Chuck Daly staring at a 4-game losing streak? Here we go, Warriors by 5. Aguirre, he's been the man, he's back in. and it's stolen away. Recaptured by Dumars, and he scores. No foul.
What a play. Mullen had the ball. He thought he got fouled.
It's 112-109. Warriors by 3. 21.4 seconds. Warriors call time. It's just a 20-second timeout now. They're signaling. Joe Crawford making sure.
What a bizarre sequence right there. Mullen had the rebound, got possession of the ball, got sandwiched. He thought he got fouled by Lambier, and it bounced right to Dumars once again.
Don Nelson furiously holding the huddle.
But how scary. Now look at, watch the backdoor cut. Richmond gets a hand on it. And Dumars can't control, but Mullen does. But I'll tell you what, he got stripped cleanly by Dumars, and Dumars just goes right in over Higgins. I'll tell you what a gutty performer Joe Dumars is. And you don't think the coaches from the Warrior end are a little nervous?
Here we go, 20 seconds. Warriors by 3. Hardaway.
You don't need to score.
He's playing keep away.
You're playing the clock. You're not playing the Pistons.
Tolbert foul. A little delayed reaction by Joe Crawford. Mark McGuire.
I keep, emphasizing that point, Steve. But you don't need to score. You're just playing the clock. Doesn't matter whether you beat them by 5 or 3. And you knew eventually they would foul.
All right, Tolbert to the line. He could ice it here. 1 for 1, 71%.
What a job the Warriors did by, hope he doesn't get it, but you notice how they kept the Pistons at bay, bringing the ball over half court by ball movement side to side. They used time that way. It's a big free throw. Big free throw.
Tolbert able to do it, and he gives the Warriors the all-important 4-point lead. It'll be Detroit ball with 12.3 seconds to go, and we'll be back.
Man, I'd go with Mitch. I'll tell you why, he's just done a superb job.
Yeah, big rebound there.
Yeah, and
that was great.
I really would.
I'd go with Mitch.
Hell of a call there, too. You watched the game a little closer than Howard Zuckerman there. Did you know that, Dan?
Was he the previous guy?
Yeah, yeah, right.
He was the previous producer. Richmond has 20.
I like Howie, though.
Yeah?
Howie's a good guy.
25 points, Richmond. 25 for us. Well, the golden trio of Mullen, Richmond, and Hardaway combining for 72 points tonight. They're right back on track. That's about what they had been averaging coming into the game. And they are a colossal reason for the Warriors being ahead here, 113-109, with the 12 and change remaining. There's another factor right there. The Warriors 4 for 6 from 3-point range. Steve Fissiout standing by.
And Steve Albert, Don Nelson was talking about, hey, you've got to defend the 3, but please don't foul them. If they get the 3 and the foul, they can tie this ball game.
Warriors by 4, thanks to the Tolbert free throw. Here's Rodman from 3. They get it again, and the foul by Rod Higgins. Rod Higgins with the foul. But 4.7 seconds to go, and the Warriors by 4.
Good defense because they left Rodman open, have him take the 3-point shot. But does Dumars come up with big plays? He never quits.
Now this should be interesting. Dumars trying to sink the first. The question is, what does he do on the second?
You got to miss it. You got to try to miss it and throw it back out. Watch Lambier. Trouble is, you got to get possession of the ball. So Lambier can't run. Now, they're changing Lambier. They're going to bring him out to 3-point area. I would think he's a great 3-point shooter. Now they're discussing it. Lambier, look, he's saying me, you want me?
Somebody might try to swoop in for the tip off the miss. It's got to hit the rim. 113, 110. Gary St. Jean saying, watch the miss. Watch the miss. Dumars rams it off the front of the rim. Isaiah Thomas with an opportunity. He fires it up, going to be short. Whacked away by Higgins. Time runs out. The Warriors win. The Warriors have done it. They have knocked off the two-time defending world champion Detroit Pistons. Oh, brother, what a finish. And handshakes around. Warriors able to bounce back from that defeat at the hands of the Bullets the other night, and the Pistons have lost 4 in a row for the first time since April of 1988. We'll be back. Final score, Warriors 113, Pistons 110. Thank you. Yeah. Good. And that will be followed by the Advantage Award. Oh, okay. Good. All righty. BMW player and then a commercial. There you go. Let's see. Anything to bring 59% shooting. Okay. All right, look at this. 10 rebounds. Richmond, 10 rebounds.
Yeah. Did a good job rebounding. Okay,
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to say.
Good job. They
won't
were
be-
out rebounded, but still they did, you know,
Oh, yeah.
crucial rebounds, pivotal rebounds. Pritchard had.
Impressive individual scoring totals for tonight's
I don't
game.
need it. You can have it.
For Pistons, Bill Laimbeer with 14. Isaiah Thomas, 23.
In a great one, the Warriors knock off the Pistons 113 to 110. Let's check out our BMW player of the game. And in this case tonight, we're going with Mitch Richmond. He was tied with Chris Mullin for high honors for the Golden State Warriors. Richmond wound up with 25 on 10 for 16 shooting. He also had some major rebounds, and he finished up with 10. And playing with the bad back, Jim, what a night.
Yeah, he really came out focused, and all night long he was consistent. He was one Warrior that was consistent throughout the 48 minutes. But I thought the big rebounds, 10 rebounds for Richmond, and in one real crucial rebound really made the difference.
Really did. I remember it well. In a crowd, he yanked it down, and he got things going for the Golden State Warriors. They were to streak down the floor, but a real great bounce-back game for Chris Mullin, particularly in the second half. He only had 6 of the half, wound up with 25 points. And Tim Hardaway made up for those big mistakes. Had a couple in a row there, but boy, what a great night overall for him.
Yeah, you know, the important thing to remember about this is that they beat the Detroit Pistons, and the Detroit Pistons played well. Joe Dumars, 29 points, had a monstrous game. And Isaiah Thomas was on his game. He played excellent basketball throughout. And then, of course, Mark Aguirre comes off the bench, and he gets 29. So the Pistons were clicking. They had all the cylinders going out of Detroit. And yet the Warriors overcame that and held on and played through the gutty performance stretches. You know, the stretches of crunch time where you need to get the big play, and they did it. Just a super game for the Warriors.
So Mullin had 25, Richmond had 25, and Tim Hardaway had 22 points. So the Golden Trio rising to the occasion, coming through once again. 1/3 of that trio is standing by with our Steve Physiok. That's Tim Hardaway. Steve?
And Tim had a fantastic night, and we talked about the matchup between Isaiah Thomas and Tim Hardaway at halftime. They're both terrific friends, both from Chicago area, and Isaiah remembers Tim from his high school days. And he told me that you stole some moves, and you made him better because you burned him bad tonight.
I burnt them a couple of times tonight. You know, like you said, we played playgrounds, summer league, and it was a good matchup tonight. You know, I'm glad it was a good game.
You know, the enthusiasm, the intensity was completely different from Wednesday night. What happened with the Pistons coming in? Because they were very mad after losing 3 in a row.
Yeah, they was very mad. We knew they was going to come in very mad, but we lost our last 2 in a row here, and we wanted it better than they wanted the game. They on the road. This our home. We shouldn't have lost those 2 home games here, and we just wanted to show them, you know, they just can't come in and take over our home court.
Did Isaiah talk to you before the ball game? Because you guys do go way back. You called him this morning, and you were kind of arguing with him about why he didn't get to Chicago this summer.
Yeah, I was talking about him. You know, I was asking him how come he didn't get back to Chicago. He's telling me a bunch of things, and you know, that it was like it was just good ball tonight. And he played well. He didn't have a good first half. He came out. I knew that he was going to come out and try to do something second half. And I just trying to contain him. It was hard, but we got W.
You know, late in the game, your friend Mitch Richmond had a terrific contest, made a big basket, big rebound, big free throws. I noticed on the sideline he kept on putting that heat on his back. How is he, and how important was he in that stretch?
He's very important. You know, he's our go-to man, and he make baskets. You saw he made a basket down in the clutch, and you know, his back is hurting, and he all right. It's just day to day. It's just day to day.
You guys are kind of weird. You lose to the Nets here, you lose to the Bullets, yet you beat the Spurs, you beat the Pistons, the defending champs, you beat the Bulls. What's going on?
Hey, we just playing ball against the best, you know, teams. We just coming out here making a statement, and like last year we didn't. But
what are they saying?
They saying Fizzy.
No, they're saying Timmy, because you were the man tonight.
Yeah, but you know, we just want to make a statement. We didn't make one last year. We just trying to make the playoffs, trying to accomplish something that we didn't last year.
And way to get the home court advantage back. Tim, thank you very much. Thank you. That's Tim Hardaway of the Golden State Warriors, a fabulous showing against his old friend Isaiah Thomas. Let's now go back to Jim Barnett and Steve Albert.
All right, Steve. Tim Hardaway being serenaded by the happy fans here at the Coliseum Arena. We'll be back with our Advantage Warriors Award in a moment. The Warriors 113, the Pistons 110. Geez, all they had to do was be a little hotter. They would have won the game.
Oh, I know it.
Very lucky. So they got outscored here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.